Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world of professional wrestling. Thank you for joining the Group Chat Wrestling Podcast for episode number 80. Tonight is the dynamic duo of myself, that ball bro, along with my man Mike right here from the UK. Like I said, dynamic duo. Life be lifing sometimes, but we got you guys covered here today. It's gonna be short and sweet, but we will get right into it. As tonight we are a few hours away from AEW Maximum Carnage. It should be a great show tonight. I say it's a stacked card tonight. We got MJF versus Bandito for the AEW Men's World Heavyweight Title. Kenny Omega returns. Women's trios action, the Cosmic Babes of Wrath, that being Willow, Statlander, and Harley Cameron versus the Triangle of Madness. We have a grudge match tonight, Darby Allin versus Pac. And we have a four-way tag team match for the number one contendership to face FTR for a future title shot, that involving the Young Bucks, Gates of Agony, Jet Speed, and the newly formed team last week of Davis and Doyle from the Don Callis family. Should be a stacked show from top to bottom. I'm sure they'll add a couple more matches, in the meantime. But let's start at the four-way tag right there. I think Jet Speed gets the win tonight. I think they get the win in my opinion. But whoever wins this match, like, no matter what, you cannot pin Doyle or Davis tonight. You just presented them great last week, with Jake something, now Jake Doyle debuting for AEW, stealing them. Not even stealing them, like, listen, he was a free agent, so, TNA didn't sign him, so it's a great addition for AEW. But I mean, they look great. They look menacing as hell. Like they could be a force in that tag team division. But no matter who wins tonight, they cannot eat the pin.
Yeah.
You got to keep them strong. Like, they need to look dominant and impressive as hell in their debut as a team tonight.
100%. In fact, I'd argue they'd have to win tonight, to be honest. The only caveat I'm worried about is obviously the champs being FDR, being heels. Do you have a heel
Yeah.
team win? But then again, Don Callis family, they're no stranger to heel on heel matches. For me, it's got to be something, and Davis got win as well. Doyle should have say now, and Mark Davis, they got to win this match, and I would actually have them in Gates of Agony. Absolute steamroller. Whatever we get, it's going to be a good match. All four outcomes, somewhat happy with, but for me, got to be Davis, got to be Doyle, and at the very least, they can't take the pin. Got to be strong in this match.
Yeah, I got a feeling like with Davis and Doyle in the match, like, don't be surprised if, like, the majority, like, it's like Jet Speed and the Bucks, like, just bumping like hell for them, like, just making them look impressive. And like I said, the four teams, I need a spot, like, even if it's a minute or two, whether it's Davis and Doyle and Bishop and Toa just squaring off for like a couple of minutes, like, they just big meaty men just just slapping and thumping in there. That'll be a good spot. I mean, the Gates of Agony, they impress every time they get in the ring. They've improved so much, like, from their start in AEW, which is like a few years right now. Like, I mean, you could attribute that to Ricochet, possibly. I think he's helped elevated both those guys to the next level. So, like, they're definitely like future tag champs in the future. So whether it's tonight or in the future, I think that's a lock in the future. But yeah, I think Jet Speed gets the win tonight. But no matter what, the Davis and Doyle, they got to look strong tonight. They got to look like just pure fucking shit wreckers from start to finish.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Again, with Gates of Agony, I think the time will come this year, maybe next, but it ain't right now. As said,
Yeah.
Hughes or Davis and Doyle. But regardless, it's going to be a great match. Like you said, Bucks, Get Speed, they're going to bump like fucking this match.
They're gonna bump like the fucking Rentons do, pretty much.
Yeah, fucking right.
But yeah, man. But so we got Darby and Pac. I'm kind of surprised that this isn't like a stipulation match. Like, it's just straight up 1v1 match. Like, so that's a little baffling, because I think their match at Full Gear was a stipulation match, though, right?
No,
Or no, it was a straight.
It's weird, isn't it? It's weird with Darby because it was like a reverse stipulation match because it was a singles match, but
Yeah.
the emphasis on the pure wrestling because it's Darby Allin. So it's kind of like, even though it wasn't a stipulation match, it's kind of a stipulation with Darby, if you get what I mean.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. So it's kind of, yeah, it is a little weird that all the matches they've had, like this is another straight up 1v1 match
Yeah,
that they're having. But I mean, I don't know, man. Listen, whatever happens, like I think Darby finally gets his win back against Pac, and I don't know. We'll see what goes. I just hope whatever after this, like the main focus of the Death Riders has to be like surrounded around like Moxie, like and his just change of attitude since World's End, like with the Continental Classic, like so hopefully that if Pac does lose, like his anger just boils over, and then just focus over to what Moxie's doing, like he's doing just. It's kind of weird, like they're existing like in their own different planes, like on the same. They're in the same
yeah.
room, but they're on different just spectrums right now. Like
Oh,
Moxley is like the Moxley's the hero right now, and the other guys are just still like causing all the trouble in the world and shit. But I'm sure that's gonna come to a head sooner rather than later.
yeah, I would expect, with this being like a plain singles match, I would expect something after the bell. Whether I don't think we'll see the full turn on Moxley yet, but I think we'll see something that will really like set that like 2 steps forward. Because it's been a bit of a slow burn for me. Like I'm just kind of waiting for something to happen. But as I said, I think tonight we'll see a bit of a step forward in that.
I mean, hey, listen, they got us all because we all thought it was gonna happen at World's End,
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
won the whole fucking thing. So now it's like shit. And damn, we all got to admit, like after All In, the fucking Death Riders have taken off. They've been better. They've been better ever since then. Like they
Oh,
they
100%.
are the main event. They are like the kind of main characters when you think of it. They're the best story going on
Yeah,
in
definitely.
AEW right now. And it's like I said, when it happens, the one to keep your eye on is going to be Marina, because remember Mox like is the one that's like carried her along like over a year and a half right now. Like he took her from down here. Like she's up here. She could be
Oh, 100%.
a world title holder like this year. Like that's how much she's been elevated this year. Like with just being around Mox and the other guys as well. So
I
like I
don't.
say, I wonder like if remember when they took out Danielson, how Wheeler Yuta was being held back and like crying and like reaching for that. I wonder if like Marina would be in that role, like kind of just being upset over
It's
Mox and whatnot, or it could be a 180 where she'll join in with them on the beatdown.
it's interesting that you say that. Like I think if you were gonna do a direct parallel from the Danielson attack to the Moxley attack, it would be Marina, and it would make the most sense if it was Marina. But can have Marina sounds terrible in the Scout sections. But I think it hurts a character too much with Yuta. He has got, even like when he's trying to be a Death Rider, trying to be like a badass, he's still bitching. You know what I mean? Like not like, so it makes
Yeah,
sense for him to be like yearning over Danielson. Whereas like I think she'll be sad about it, but I think ultimately she will like take part in the beatdown sort of thing,
yeah.
and
I think
ultimately,
she'll be like the last one to take part in the beatdown. Like she won't. I
yeah,
don't think she'll like cry or show any emotion. She'll be on the outside of the ring, just like staring down while the others are like taking him out. And then once they're done, when he's out, like when they lift him up, like they're gonna wave her into the ring, where she lands like the final blow, and it's gonna be like she's gonna milk that shit forever. Like, will she? Won't she? And she will.
I think
So,
I think you'll see the most emotion from Mox. You know,
oh yeah,
we've seen this year, especially. No one's a pure panic like Moxley. I don't care.
oh yeah,
There's no wrestler in the world that sells me on pure panic, on pure oh shit, like things are going wrong, than John Moxley. And I think
oh
that's
yeah.
what we'll see. And it's gonna, when it does happen, and it will. I know we've been saying this for a couple of months on the podcast now. You boys have, but it will happen, and it's gonna be special when it finally does.
Yeah, listen, like I don't mind. I'm at the point like I don't mind how long it takes because of the guy who's in charge, of the guy
100%.
who's running it with Mox. Like, so I know whenever they pull the trigger, like it's gonna mean something. Like, look, man, you go back to that promo he cut after beating Okada at the World's End. Like,
Yeah,
holy fuck, man, that shit came out of nowhere. I'm
yeah.
like, he put over all the competitors in the Continental Classic. He put over the entire locker room,
Hmm.
basically. And if you've been following the story since day one, that's been the premise of the Death Riders in the first place. He wanted
100%.
everyone to step up. And he went through that month and a half of facing nothing but the best wrestlers AEW. So like I feel like he took a look at the landscape, even back to when Hangman beat him at All In. It's like shit, everyone has stepped up. Everyone has
Oh,
upped their game. I mean, even guys that he hasn't even faced yet, like a Bandito or Brody King, like Omega coming back, and like the guys like Kyle Fletcher's, evolving, like, so he's like, the future has stepped up. The young guys have stepped up. So it's like, in a way, it kind of makes it look like, was he really the villain at the whole time? Or was he just trying to, in a way, motivate in his own sick, twisted way? Like, step your fucking game up, man. Like, I'm tired of dragging this place, like, on my own. Like, y'all gotta catch up, like, and in 2026, a lot of the roster has. So, you know what? In a way, he has accomplished his main goal with starting the Death Riders.
yeah, 100%. Like it's a point that's been made on it before, but obviously I've been missing, so I wanted to make it myself. But how good the Riders have been from like All In to now kind of validates like January to All In for me as being
Mm-hmm.
intentional. Well, like I know we all bitch and moan about the Death Riders not fucking doing anything. Fuck Copeland, like this it's shit. But that level of heel work you don't see nowadays. Like
No.
Moxley and the Death Riders managed to work the crowd for a whole year. You know what I mean? Like you don't see that nowadays. When was the last time? Tell me honestly, when was the last time you had a wrestler that was able to hold the crowd like Moxley for a year? MJF,
It's been a
maybe.
long MJF enduring. Yeah, MJF initially, I'd say in his first, in his early days, his early years,
Yeah.
maybe with the punk stuff, and even a little bit post that. But that I said this before. I said this like months ago. Like it's talking about Moxley. Like he's like one of the really only pure heels. Well, he was one of the pure heels in wrestling in general. That, like I said, he never gave you anything to latch onto. He didn't give you the cool song. He didn't give you the cool merch. He didn't give you any of the punchlines, the taglines, or anything like that. He didn't give you any cool, special attire or anything. No, it was a dude in black pants and black boots that just like he was trying to beat the shit out of you. That's it. And just like you said, like they were literally out there to ruin the whole show. Like it was doom and gloom. It was fucking it was literally doomsday, just like about to destroy the whole world type shit. Like that's how tight of a grasp he had on the way that we were all fucking pissed at the end of Revolution, at the end of Dynasty. But then when things started turning around at Double or Nothing, we got that glimmer of hope after Hangman and Ospreay. That's because of the work that Moxley is doing. It's like, he helped elevate those main event guys. Like, oh shit, maybe there's light at the end of the tunnel, and there was when Hangman won. So like I said, whenever this does end, whenever they do take the next step in this story, like Moxley's is the guy at the top. So I have full confidence that they'll do justice by the story.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I completely
Mm-hmm.
agree with everything that you said there. I'm back the Death Riders, back Moxley to deliver a satisfying conclusion to the
Yeah.
story whenever that does
Wasn't
happen.
it? I think for our awards, I think it was Dan that put like for the category how did this work, or why did this work? I think he picked the
100%.
Death Riders. Like yeah, like he hit it right on the head. All right,
It's
the next match, we got the women's trios match: Triangle Madness versus the Cosmic Babes of Wrath, Statlander, Willow, and Harley tonight. I mean, when I look at this match, this could possibly set up two title matches
yeah.
at the end of it, because you could have, depending on how it goes, like if Triangle Madness wins, you could have the Sisters of Sin, challenge for the tag team titles, and then you could set up Tekla, against Statlander down the line. Maybe I think we're like almost a month away from Grand Slam Australia. Maybe
Yeah.
you do it there on that big card right there. That's a potential. But I mean, speaking of Tekla, this is gonna be the year Tekla.
Oh,
I mean, she's
100%.
definitely gonna hold gold. I mean, like I say, if you look at the last signings that they've done over the past year, like herself, Kevin Knight, Speedball, Josh Alexander, Megan Bain, like Tony has gotten people who fit
Yeah.
AEW style and presentation more than, rather than just getting the next big name that's available, or the most previous like release talent from the Fed.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's getting people that will fit his vision, that fit his mold of AEW and what's going for. And Tekla fits that shit to it. T. I mean, she like I remember like when she first signed up, people were a little like haphazard, like we don't know. Oh no, we fucking know
Bunch
now.
of
I
Chelsea
mean,
nerds on it. Let's be honest, like the Stardom nerds. Oh, she's not good. She's this, that, and the other. And like, fair enough. I don't watch Stardom. Like, she might not fit there, but she fucking fits in AEW. You know
hmm
what I mean? Like, she's shown it. Like you say, I think this year is the year it's where we should take a hold. Certainly the TBS title, if not the women's title. I completely agree. Because I was the same. Like you see on Twitter, like when she was coming in, as I say, all the Stardom nerds, like, oh, this and the other, this and the other. And I was like, oh, well, let me see how it goes. And then it's gone, and she's fucking smashed it. She's done really well. She looks good whenever I see her on AEW. She looked really fucking cool at Wrestle Kingdom. You know what I mean? With Clark Connors.
yeah,
And she looked fucking sick. She's got everything. She's got the look. She can talk. I seen that episode of AEW she did. She was funny as fuck. If you haven't
yeah,
seen it, watch that, by the way. Anyone watching, it's fucking funny. Um,
hmm
100%, I agree. It seems I'm one of them with the sin, to be honest. Like, Sky Blue for me has leaps and bounds to past Julia Hart. Like, I don't want to be.
yeah,
There's a bit of a pile on at the minute, isn't there, with Julia? And I don't really want to add to that, but it is kind of undeniable at this point that she is the
yeah.
third in that. Do you know what I mean?
No, I mean, listen, like I said, I don't want to pile on either, but the facts are the facts. I mean, especially like I said, when you're teaming with when you're teaming with Sky Blue, I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, Sky Blue just stands out more. She's just leaps and bounds. I'm sorry, just further ahead than Julia Hart right now. And then what's also maybe not going to help her in the future is that the past couple of signings that AEW has brought on, like that are in Ring of Honor right now. There's one girl that we need to keep an eye on in the future, and her name is Zeta Steel.
Yeah, yeah,
Zeta Steel, like, is a steal that they got from WWE. I believe she was in LFG. I don't think
yeah.
she made it to NXT yet. Like, so she came over here. I mean, she's a young prospect, and there's absolutely no rush to bring her up to
No,
AEW. And she's working with Christopher Daniels now in Ring of Honor, so that's gonna help. That's going to be beneficial for her. And then I don't know if you saw Collision, that little stare down she had with Marina Shafir and that spot with Megan Bain. Like, that minute right there, that's fucking great. That's exposure right there. She
yeah,
stood toe to toe
100%.
with her, didn't back down. And now, in a way, in a future Collision, you could book a Zeta Steel versus Megan Bain match. Yeah, she'll lose and get destroyed, but it's tape. It's tape out there. It's
Yeah,
learning experience, and it
exactly.
shows that you got a level of trust already from Tony Khan. Like, I'm gonna put you in the ring with one of my biggest and baddest women on the roster. So like I said, she's someone to look out for in the future. And then I think it's only a matter of time before Red Velvet gets the call to the main roster as well.
100%.
Like,
I
she's
agree.
ready. She's like her, and like I said, her and Sky Blue, you could say like they're like day ones in a sense that have improved like so much. So, you know,
Anxiety, lad. Like, anxiety, honestly.
like I said, I don't want to pile on to Julia, but there are others that are on their way that are coming up that a lot of fans are going to start paying attention to and going to be kind of, nudging a little bit. Hey, listen, we got this one over here. And that's not even to mention, with My World and Heon as well. Like, they could be adding that conversation as well. Cause I mean, shit, talk about taking the opportunities this season. That they've knocked it out of the park in tag matches, trios matches. They keep getting booked, they keep getting work, they get more tapes. So, and I think more than likely, I don't know if it's already confirmed. I think Maya's going to be at the Eve show in March as well. I remember she got in contact with Osprey. I remember Osprey tweeted at her,
Yeah,
but we got to
I
double
believe
check
so.
that.
That Eve show's gonna be fucking legitimate, by the way.
Dude, I wish, like, I wish, like, damn, why couldn't they do this shit in August, the day before All In? I would have definitely been there, but uh, it
Yeah,
is what
man.
it is.
Fucking one of them, man. Like, I won't go obviously too much into indies, but man, there's so much shit over there, man. Need to start paying attention, bro. The
Oh
next
no,
in
I mean,
line.
especially I was there at that Eve show before Forbidden Door last summer, and like that shit
Yeah,
was
yeah.
so much fun.
Oh, man,
Yeah, I can't wait.
Eve right now, they're on fucking fire, man. Like, look out
Yeah.
for some Eve specials coming up from us. But yeah, man, fucking unbelievable. But yeah, no. Like you say, man, there's there's a lot coming up, and people are gonna have to watch out. You know what I mean? People are gonna have to protect the spots, make sure that they are improving. Otherwise, you might not find themselves getting booked as much. It's like not to be a dick. Don't want to pile on, but
Nah, it is what it is. It's the nature of the business, man. If you gotta improve, you gotta show steady improvement, and if not, like with this roster bloated it is, like there's the next man that's ready to take your spot and ready to go. It is what it is. It's the nature of the beast. So we got Omega returning tonight. I think
yeah,
he'll probably cut a nice little promo. I think he's gonna be the next challenger after Bandito for the world title. But
I
the
would.
question is, maybe not next, but I think no, I think they're gonna hold off on Omega until Dynasty in Vancouver
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Canada. And fuck it, I'll throw it out right there. Strap up Omega. I do it then.
Nah,
Because
nah.
I want my dream to come true. I said this years ago. I was like, you do Omega Osprey 3 at All In, man, and with a heel dickhead Omega coming. Like it's kind of ruined now that Ibushi is hurt, because my plan was that Omega would have turned on Ibushi, but he's hurt. He can't fucking walk. I mean, well, he shouldn't be fucking walking. Like that long ass walk he took in fucking into the damn ram. Like, you're a fucking madman, dude. Take a
Yeah,
goddamn wheelchair.
yeah, crazy, crazy. I disagree, man. I think, as sad as it is, I think the days of strapping up Omega's gone, lad. I just, for him, for the company, I just think I can't, I wouldn't trust him to not want to do old Omega shit, and he just can't be Kenny Omega anymore. That Kenny Omega, the big bout, the best bout machine. I don't know whether
Yeah.
he can do that anymore, and I would hate to be in a situation where, say, we get to Osprey Omega 3 at Wembley and he can't do it the way that it should be done. You know what I mean?
Mm. Yeah.
I just think, yeah, I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong. If they turn around to me, if you turn around to me and went, now, Mike, main event for All In, locked in is Omega Osprey. Am I going to be gassed? Yeah, 100%. Fucking buy me tickets just off that alone. But I don't know, man. I think, for me, Osprey Fletcher, the main event All In.
So then that would mean that Fletcher would go into to Wembley as the champ. You
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Fletcher's gonna win it, take it off of MJF?
I hope so. I hope that's what I would do.
Mm. See,
If
I think it's the opposite way. I think Fletcher is going to be the one to take it off of Osprey when he
yeah,
wins it.
that,
I
that, that,
think
that's
that's
fair.
how it is.
Fair.
I would, if we can't get Omega as champ, then have MJF go all the way to Wembley. And
Yeah,
then also that's that's trilogy right there. That will be MJF Osprey 3, because remember they had the hour-long match on TV. MJF won
the last Wembley show.
international time. Yeah, the international championship at Wembley 2 years ago. Yeah, this would be the trilogy match. So you get a trilogy whether it's MJF or Omega, regardless. But
Yeah,
yeah, I think it'll be Fletcher down the line that takes the belt
that's fair. That's
off
fair.
of Osprey.
I just think, again, I'd take MJF Osprey place as the main event. It'll be interesting to see what Osprey's like when he's back, whether he can, because I think we'll see another sort of shift in Osprey. From with his neck injury, maybe it takes a few less bumps and starts focusing more on his power game, or possibly he
Yeah.
got full British and becomes a Nigel McGuinness cosplay, which
Hmm.
I'd be here for. Like, everyone in the podcast knows I fucking love Nigel McGuinness. I am the Nigel
Of
McGuinness guy on the
course.
podcast. So I'd be all for that. But nah, it's interesting, man, and it's going to be interesting to see, just to get slightly back on topic, what's going to happen tonight, because someone's going to interrupt them, and like you say, I'd wait for Dynasty for Omega in terms of the world title match. So I hope to God it's not someone from John Coward's family. Just let him do something else for a little
Yeah, no,
while.
I don't need Omega with the Don Callis family again
Nah,
in 2026. Yeah, like you said, we get no. Well, I think the Don Callis family is on the path for a civil war. coming on, like, because we saw Fletcher talk to Don Callis last weekend about, where was the screwdriver, and Don Callis is just gaslighting on fucking levels over 9,000. Like, no, it's Fletcher screwed Fletcher, essentially. Like, he's blaming him for the loss rather than Okada taking the screwdriver. But it's gonna be interesting to see whenever Takesha does come back to AEW television, see where they pick up, like, with him, Don, Okada, because I think we'll definitely get the rematch at Revolution between Okada and Takesha. See where they go forward from there. I'm just curious and I think they kind of tease like him and Briscoe might go again for a seventh time. It's three piece, and it's like I don't even want that, honestly. Like, we had that shit for so long. I kind of just want to move on from that too. But if they do, like, Fletcher loses again, and then maybe that's the point where they kick him out of the Don Callis because he failed again, like he's not bringing gold to the group. But yeah, honestly, I kind of rather would stay away from that.
Yeah, if you're doing that one again, you do it at Wembley. I
I
think.
feel like that's too long for the reason that I don't want the whole Don Callis thing to go that long.
No, no, 100%, and it doesn't need to be Don Callis powerful. Yeah, but 100%. I know what you mean. It goes back to what we were saying before about the women's division, and also the definitely is a kind of a theme of this episode in a way. We're at that point now where you've got your solid main eventers, you've got your Kennys, your MJS, your Moxleys, Carders, and now you've got like the likes of Carl Fletcher stepping up, Bandito stepping up. He's a main eventer now. I don't, you know what I mean? Or he's certainly on the cusp. Looks like Brody King is going to take that step up. You've got like this group of lads who could be in the main event, but there's no space.
Yeah,
There's no space, so it's like it's interesting to see what there is a good problem to have. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah,
yeah, it's just like crazy. It's crazy right now. Like the AEW roster. Like this is, I've said this a few times over the years, and I know Mark said this on Twitter. This is the best roster ever. I don't care. I don't
yeah,
care. In ring, this is the best roster ever. And like,
yeah. It is. You could say maybe like mid 2000s Ring of Honor
yeah,
was great when you had fucking like Prime Danielson, Prime McGuinness, and all those guys, coming up in their prime, like Joe Punk and all those guys. Like, you could say mid to late TNA, like with freaking AJ, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, Kurt Angle coming over as well. I mean, then you had
mm,
Christian Cage come over. That I think it was 06, 05, 06 where Christian Cage
yeah,
came in. No, 06 was Sting. 06 Sting came in there as well. But no, top to bottom, yeah, this is the best roster imaginable. And then speaking of like Bandito, we got the men's world title tonight, MJF and Bandito. Like, I think we all expect MJF to retain. I just want to see a
yeah,
great showing from
yeah.
Bandito tonight. And before we talk about this match, like, I want to talk about the segment last week. You know what with MJF and Bandito, with him taking the Dynamite down ring, like, when freaking Bandito hitting the 21 plex. MJF, that whole segment, you know who the star of that segment was? It was John Cruz.
Yeah.
John Cruz was the fucking star of that segment. Like, I don't know if he's just gonna be like the guy like translating for MJF whenever he faces luchadors like he did in CMLO for the Mystical feud. But even past that, like, I would not mind more John Cruz on my TV. Like, I mean, him speaking to Bandito, him fucking selling for Bandito, I think is great. But yeah, we both expect MJF to retain tonight, but I think it's gonna be a great showing from Bandito. But what I want to see after this match is, I don't know, man. I think we're in line for some heartbreak tonight. I don't know, man. Him, Brody is, we got the vignettes from Brody. He's about to go on that singles run. Like, after the match, Bandito's lost, the crowd's cheering him on. Brody comes in to help his boy up, help his brother up. And then he fucking takes him out with a damn lariat. And he just fucking turns and just stands and looks at him. And, like, he doesn't yell, it doesn't anger, just standing and staring, and, like, just walks off. And then we'll get a backstage promo, explaining everything. We'll see it on Twitter or whatever, like, explaining his actions. And he doesn't give you anything. He don't give you nothing. And I wonder if, like, this is a path for Buddy, for Buddy to come back, like, like his real brother to
Yeah.
come back, like his He would say, man, like you were never my brother. My brother's right here. Like, and he's back. Like, oh, that would be fucking sick. And if that sets up a goddamn Bandito and Buddy feud or match, like, sign me the fuck up. But I don't know, man. Like, don't you find it crazy coincidence that we're getting these Brody vignettes when Bandito is about to challenge for the world heavyweight title? That Brody's about to go on his own singles run right now. Now we're getting the vignettes. I'm like, it's a
Yeah.
little too coincidental, a little too close to the vest. I'm like, oh man, I feel like something is gonna go down during this match. Like MJF obviously wins, Bandito will have a great showing, but I don't know, man. I hope I'm wrong. I don't want to be fucking right, but Brody, come on, man, don't fucking do it.
See, I'm gonna be a little bit too positive here. I'm gonna channel my inner Lucy. Yeah, I'm gonna channel my inner Lucy. I actually think you're half right in the Brody King situation. But what I think's gonna happen, or what I want to happen, is MJF's gonna see Bandito. He's gonna some sneaky shit. I don't know, the ring, low blow, whatever. After the match, Brody King's gonna kick shit out of MJF and establish himself as the next challenger going into Revolution. That's my prediction, and that's where we can
Oof,
go. That's what I think.
that'd be a cur.
Don't get me
That'd be a
wrong.
cur right there.
Don't
Shit.
get me wrong. As I say, I'm channeling my inner Lucy. I'm being overly positive.
That
But
is something that Lucy would definitely say or try to, like I said, be the positive force on this podcast. But like I said, it's just crazy fucking coincidence that
yeah,
now he's starting his singles run. Now he's doing the vignettes. Now he's doing these squash matches, like these these extra matches, like just fucking killing whoever's in the ring. I'm like, he's going on a singles run, and he could go after MGF, but like I said, I hope I'm wrong. I don't want to see these guys like fucking turn on each other.
the thing with Brody is, for me, I feel like Brody's too good as a babyface right now. Like,
Mm,
people fuck with Brody real hard. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
Especially since the Grand Slam Mexico show last year when he came out on that ice,
yeah,
the Abolish Ice
exactly.
t-shirt, like,
Like,
so yeah, like maybe that's why they won't do it. Like he's just so fucking over as a baby face. But yeah, we'll see, man. See how that goes up. But no, it's gonna be a great show.
100%.
Um Tonight
100%.
they'll add another match or two, but what's not great right now is the last week that TNA has had. Like, I mean,
Fuck
I
me.
don't even know if you could call it LOL TNA. It's just fuck, man. Does any promotion just have like a permanent black cloud over their goddamn heads, like the goddamn cartoons, or they just like
Um,
smashed like 100 mirrors or walked under 100 ladders? Like, so let's quick
go
recap.
for it.
Last Wednesday, before Dynamite even starts, Just Be is taking out. Don Callis reveals it was Mark Davis and the newly signed Jake something, now Jake Doyle, signing to AEW.
Yeah.
That's one. Um, the following day, we find out a special guest appearance from fucking Perez Hilton on tomorrow night's episode of TNA Impact. I say this respectfully, I thought the dude was dead. Like, I mean, when was the last time you heard Perez Hilton's name? When the fuck? Like, but back in like 04, 05, the mid 2000s? Like, I'm glad he's alive, doing well, but I'm like, what the fuck is he doing on a wrestling show? That, and then what else? Killer Kelly, she's gone. Her contract lapsed. She's gone. All the Rascals are their contract obligations with TNA. They're done. They're all free agents. Gone. Don't worry, we got Leon Slater versus Myron Reed for the X Division title. No, the fuck you don't. WWE calls it, yo, we need him for the UK tour. Thank you. Equal partnership. Get the fuck out of here. You got that, and yeah, man. And listen, so I guess the trade-off, okay, Leon is gonna go for the UK tour with WWE, and AJ Styles is gonna make an appearance on TNA Impact. And I swear to fucking Christ, if all it is AJ just doing an introduction at the beginning of the show, welcoming Impact to AMC, and then just fucks off and walks off the set, and that's it. It doesn't lead to a match or anything or title challenge, whatever. That would be the biggest low TNA moment, in my opinion. Just imagine being someone who buys a ticket for that show. He doesn't and just bye.
Bye. Hi. Bye. Gone.
And then if shit wasn't like bad enough, we find out that Bully Ray is going to be a commentator for the main event between Santana and Frankie Kazarian. So you already know there's going to be some fuckery at the main event. I'm gonna call it right now. Here's what's going to happen. fucking Nemeth is gonna come out with his call your shot trophy opportunity, try to make the match a 3-way, and then Bully is gonna come out there and fucking stop Nemeth from interfering. Santana picks up a roll-up win, which is gonna set up a tag match like in the next couple weeks with fucking Bully and Santana teaming up against Nemeth and Kazarian, because that's the type of fucking booking that TNA would do on their very first episode of Impact on AMC. But yeah,
Nah.
it's just
See, I got worse than that. What I think's gonna happen.
oh no.
Yeah, right. So I don't watch TNA, so tell me if this can't happen. But what you said, Nemeth's gonna come out with a Scully shot. Boom, Bully Ray takes out Nemeth, takes that Scully shot, makes it a 3-way. End your debut episode on AMC with Bully Ray as the TNA Heavyweight Champion.
I gotta do some research if that's possible with the call your shot. Like, but if it fucking is and that shit happens, oh my god! Like the Twitter is gonna be the funniest place ever if that shit happens. Like, oh, and then I could just that poor crowd. Like, oh, the bullshit chants will rain from the rafters for days if that shit happens. That is worse than what I suggested, actually.
Number 2
Fucking
promotion.
Bully Ray is your promotions champion in 2026.
I can see it. Like I can envision it in the stars. Which Bully Ray is.
I am gonna FaceTime you on WhatsApp if that shit happens. I'm gonna FaceTime you on WhatsApp if that shit happens. Oh my god! Like you just put that evil out into the universe.
If that shit happens, man, we're putting this short.
Oh, listen, the next week's episode, or matter of fact, no, I would suggest the following day, me and someone else, we do a special recording, just that one segment, and it will be 2 minutes of me just laughing, like, oh, nah, you can't start your new TV deal like that. You can't fucking do it. Can't do it, man.
Oh, fuck me.
All right. Like, that would look like such an unserious, unfinished product. And speaking of unfinished products,
we lose the segue.
2 weeks' time, we got the Royal Rumble, the Saudi Rumble from Riyadh. 2 weeks to go. This Sunday will be 2 weeks until the Royal Rumble takes place. And would you believe that they decided in their infinite wisdom to build a brand new stadium from scratch? Mind you, they got plenty of stadiums out there in Saudi. They got all the fucking money in the world. They got plenty of stadiums. They've been there for over 8 years. They've been doing shows there for 8 years. But no, let's build a new stadium from scratch. And some of the pictures and videos I've seen as far as like last week, the shit is nowhere near fucking done. It's still under construction. Like, it's, maybe I'm being generous of saying like it's halfway done. It doesn't even look like there's any chairs installed or anything. There's no roof. So is it going to be an open air stadium in Saudi fucking Arabia? Remember, it's 2 Royal Rumbles. The woman got to be covered from neck down. Like, they're going to fucking, what the fuck? And forget the physical and the hydration elements. That stadium is not going to be properly tested for safety measures and all this shit in time. It takes like what, a couple years, like 2-3 years to build the stadium and make sure the shit is structurally sound before it even. Dog, like, let's just go with this. That's fucking slave labor right there that they're doing. It's 24-hour shifts. I guarantee you that they're working.
Yeah, they are working
insane.
around the clock, literally, to get that shit ready. There's no chance. There's some corners, some big ass corners getting cut there, brother. Like, I don't watch WWE, you know. In fact, this will probably be the one show from WWE I watch every year is the Rumble. I fucking love a Rumble. You know what I mean? Like, as much as I fucking hate the Fed, I love a Rumble. Segue, TNT Ignition Rumble, the end of January. But yeah, no, fucking, I'm scared, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, of course, like, yeah, we're not big fans of the Fed, but of course we want the performers to go out there, do their thing, put on a show, get paid, and go home. My God, like, well, and it's also like, why is WWE and TKO even putting themselves in this position in the first place? It's so fucking unnecessary. Like I said, they've been in Saudi for 8 years. Yeah, they started in 2018. They've been there for 8 years. I know that we had the money, so I'm saying like, but we've seen all the stadiums they performed in. They got stadiums, they got arenas. Why the fuck are you doing this? It is such an unnecessary risk. Like, I mean, are there any adults in the fucking room over there like, yo, why are we doing this? Why are we like, I'm sure like here in the US and I'm sure in the UK, like there's a lot of red tape and shit that
Yeah,
you gotta fucking go through to even let people inside that fucking thing. They
yeah,
ain't none of that shit in Saudi.
no,
Hell no. Like I said, I hope the show goes off without a hitch. It's structurally sound. Shit like prayers that for January 31st, but that's fucking insane. I cannot believe like it's so unnecessary. They got arenas already. Why are they doing this?
yeah. Like you say, like it's just a silly risk. Like we say, it praise to all the performers. Hope everything goes well. Hope everyone's safe, and the fans as well. You know what I mean? Fucking hell. But yeah, it's such a fucking stupid risk, man. I don't get it. Like, I'm sure it'll look nice by the time it's done. If it's done in time, I'm sure it'll look pretty. Pointless.
I mean, shit. Ugh. We'll see, man. Like I said, fingers crossed. I hope everything works out over there, man. Yeah, you know what? I think that's all. You know what? Nah, got one little fun question that I asked the group chat the other day. That I want to ask. I want to ask everyone watching right now. So do me a favor in the comments below wherever you're watching. I want you to hit me over with your responses and why. I'm gonna give you three choices of action movie stars and who you think would be the best professional wrestler out of the three. The three choices are Jean Claude Van Damme, Chuck Norris, Steven Seagal. Out of those three, who do you think would be the best professional wrestler and why? Mike, what's your answer?
I'm going with Chuck Norris. I'm going with Chuck Norris. I think Chuck would treat the business with respect, unlike another person on his list. In his prime, he could definitely go. He could definitely. We see the Texas Walker Ranger. So he can go, and Chuck Norris can do anything. We know this. I think Chuck Norris would be the best out of them three. John Claude, Steven Seagal, nah, I don't want to see that. I don't even want to think about that.
Steven Seagal would be the worst like case like all he's the worst out of all three because number one, he ain't selling shit. He ain't selling shit, and he's gonna be the most toxic, like the worst personality in the locker room to work with. Like they're gonna try to go through all the creative they can with him, and he's like, nah, that doesn't work for me. Nah, that doesn't work for me. Like just keep going. He would be such a fucking pain in the ass to work with because I mean we've heard the stories of him, in all the movies he's done, like all the rewrites, all the edits and shit, to try to make him look like this fucking just badass kung fu master. And we've seen the bullshit. What are the bullshit stories you've heard that he trained Anderson Silva, like taught
Yeah,
him how to throw the leg kick properly and shit like that? He trained
yeah,
Anderson
I
fucking
seen an
Silva.
interview a couple of years back. It was like I was the one that taught Anderson the leg kick that knocked out Rico about fuck off, dickhead. Behave. Ugh.
Like, I don't know how what's funny? I don't know how, as an adult now looking back, how the hell he got so much work. But I think I think a lot of those movies towards the end, like were his movies. Like I think he
Yeah.
started up himself. So yeah, that's why. Like it's just fucking ridiculous looking back at the end of the day. But no, Chuck Norris absolutely, because his legitimacy, like as a fighter, and it's funny, like take Steve Blackman and like fuse him with Brian Danielson, and you get Chuck Norris in a sense. And goddamn, can you imagine a match with him and Speedball Mike Bailey?
Oh.
That'd be fucking dope. Oh man,
This is dead random, yeah. This is really random. But do you ever play Here Comes the Pain?
yeah.
Remember Eric Bischoff in that game? We had like the
Mm-hmm.
karate outfit. That's what Steven Seagal
Yes.
would look like in a wrestling ring. That's I,
Oh, man.
when you said that's what popped into my head. That's all I can think of now. It's just
Mm,
Eric Bischoff. Here Comes the Pain style. What a fucking game, man. That's the best wrestling game ever. I'm not.
mm.
Here Comes the Pain.
Yeah. Yeah, Here
But
Comes the Pain was the best one I ever
yeah,
played, easily.
100%, 100%.
Yeah, that shit was
Um,
fun.
but you want to take
But
us on, brother?
yeah, man, I think that's good, man. I think we're at a good stopping point right here. Keep it short, sweet, and tight. Um, yeah, guys. So we're gonna wrap it up right here. Gonna keep it nice and short and sweet. Please enjoy AEW Dynamite Maximum Carnage tonight. It should be a very fun card. Tomorrow night we'll see what happens with TNA Impact, the very first debut episode on AMC. Hopefully it goes well. Listen, all jokes aside, listen, TNA, the wrestling world needs TNA to do good.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
100%.
The wrestling world needs TNA to be good and not be low TNA, for the reason that whether it's WWE or AEW, both rosters are bloated to the point where we need more opportunities.
Yeah.
We need more outlets for stars and wrestlers to show out and hone their craft. So
100%.
for the sake of the world of wrestling, we need TNA to do good. Please do good. Please put the low TNA days back in 2025. Leave that back there. Progress in the future without being total cucks to WWE.
Mm.
That would be a challenge, but please do good. All right. So yes, TNA Impact tomorrow night, AMC 9 p.m. Eastern start. And yes, this has been episode 80 of the Group Chat Wrestling Podcast. Please follow us on Twitter, GW Podcast UK, for all news and updates regarding the show, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok, GW Podcast UK, where we upload clips from every episode. Until next time, I am that bald bro. This is my co-host Mike right here from the UK. Thank you for joining us once again. Goodbye and good night. Ba-bang.